Hi, my name is Ella Bennett, and for my intergenerational documentary, I'm going to be focused on feminine behavior and the perception of feminine behavior and how gender expectations control human interactions. Mostly focusing on the social, emotional, and academic aspect of expected gender behavior. First, to talk about my position on girl culture. I don't believe that there is any specific definition on what it is to be a girl or what it is to be feminine. I am a big you I defy so many of what it is to be a girl. So much of what it means to be a girl. I love being a girl. However, growing up, I was always the female, who was one of the boys. I played basketball. I enjoyed playing basketball. I swam. I boxed. I played karate, or I did karate. I tried to, stay active in sports. Something that most girly girls typically would not do, according to this construct of what gender behavior is. In school, I was class clown, which is something that I'm not proud of, but it was something, being one of the boys and being somebody who hung out with the boys so much. It was just, it was me, and I was always comfortable being me. Like, I never felt pressured to be girly or do everything that the girls were doing all the time. Like, I still jumped rope, but more than likely I was out there, playing football with the guys. In school, they did try to force rules on us. Girls had to stand in this line, guys had to stand in this line. You did hear, oh, he's a boy and boys should do this, or somebody would come to a classroom like, I need help with this, and girls would raise their hand, but they would pick the guy because they were necessarily supposed to be stronger. Just little things like that, that stuck out to me when I was a kid. Those types of things did happen in school, but I didn't really think of it as it being, some having to do with, I guess, as a kid, like, just being a kid, you don't naturally think of it like that right offhand. And I think that just, girls should embrace any type of part of them that does defy what a girl is supposed to be. Like, that's what makes you unique. Like, girl culture is about progress and development and just girl power, and no matter accepting who you are, how you come, and how you identify or how you express your gender. It's all about being you and being who you are, and that's pretty much what I think girl culture is and what it should involve. Like I said, I was always involved in sports. I have a brother. I have many guy friends who I've always had, that I've always grown up with, and I was always, always out in the street throwing the football or playing football. I even wanted to play football for a league when I was younger, but they told me I couldn't, for pretty much because I was a girl. But it was I started developing into a woman, so they say, and because of padding issues or something like that, I wasn't allowed to play with the boys. But yeah, I was always running rough, dirty, playing in the mud, and I just enjoyed it, and I was always comfortable with being who I was. And like I said, I had a lot of girlfriends as well, and I did things with them. I went shopping and stuff like that, which I enjoyed because I am a girl. But my best friend, I mostly got my friends to do what I wanted to do a lot of times. So I got all of my friends, pretty much my closest friends, to start playing basketball with me. they eventually started actually playing for leagues and, you know, stepping outside of their girly thing that they had going on. And my best friend at the time, she was one of the girliest of the girly girls that I could ever meet. You know, I had her on the basketball court and she had me in the Nellery for the first time, you know, because growing up, my mom, who she isn't actually the girliest of girls either. And it might be looking at her growing up that maybe I am the way that I am, that I was always, you know, running around with the boys, because she always had to play mommy and daddy, because she was a single mom, and she always had to be strong, and, you know, that's just who she was. Like, even to this day, her favorite place to go is Home Depot. Like, she just loves to, you know, get tools and fix up stuff in the house, and she just loves it, like really loves it, and she is good at it. And when it came to making decisions about her house, because she's a homeowner, so, you know, she has to keep her house intact or whatever, so she, you know, when it came to making decisions about the house or about buying a car, and, you know, all the things that are typically associated with male behavior, she, you know, had to get good at. And looking at her, you know, do those types of things, I think that's probably why might be the way I am. Just, you know, just from, you know, just a standpoint of growing up in a house where I wasn't really around the girliest of girls, which I'm actually happy about. You know, I'm happy that I played basketball, and I'm happy that, you know, whatever gender expectations that I was supposed to be held to, I didn't, you know, hold them up too fully, because I am who I am, and I'm comfortable with that. Gender, like I said, is something that's very fluid. And my friends, I just want to speak a little bit about how I've just seen it evolve, you know, just in my short lifetime. I'm only 20, I'll be 24 this month, so just in my short lifetime, I feel like, you know, your expression of gender and who you are and how you identify as a girl is changing rapidly today. You know, I have friends who, you know, who are girls. They identify as, you know, girls, but their gender expression is not that. You know, they identify as homosexual, and just embracing who they are, and you know, I just like it is the amount of friends that I have that are, you know, just changing over time is just, I just love it, because people are, it means that today in our society, people are accepting who they are, and they aren't afraid to accept who they are, and people are becoming more accepting. Just like in the book we said that kids have the right to, you know, become fully who they are and explore who they are and become self-actualized, and they shouldn't feel any type of way or any type of judgment about who they are. And you see that today just everywhere, that people are who they are, boys included. The fact that a girl can, you know, throw on some baggy jeans and walk down the street without judgment is great in my book. Or the fact that nowadays girls can go build a house, or girls can, you know, be firefighters, or be, you know, play these typical male roles, is wonderful. And the same for men. The fact that men can go and pretty much, you know, be nurses without judgment, or be stay-at-home dads without judgments, or be ballerinas, and just everything that you kind of feel that is associated with female behavior. Like I said, me personally, I don't hold anybody to any restrictions. I love the essence of who people are. It just expressing themselves just wholeheartedly, just and just being just straightforward, you know, with not holding back who they are. Because I never did it. I never ever did it. I was always sure of myself, and I never questioned myself, like, why don't I go shopping all the time with my girlfriends, or why do I not, you know, why don't I feel like going to sit in the Nellery, or why don't I get my hair done all the time? Like, I just, you know, I loved being me, and it's just what it was, and I feel like that's the essence of what girl culture is, and that's my perception on what girl culture is, and my experience personally shaped the way I think about it today. And I feel like the whole world can benefit from just being more accepting of each other, and more accepting that gender and sexuality and everything is changing. It has always been, you know, in existence. People have always been different. People have just tried to fit in the boxes so that they could conform to society or to institutionalized norms. And today people aren't doing that, and it's great. And especially for women, because women have so much stigma already against them, you know. Like we're supposed to be passive, and we're supposed to be, you know, girly, and we're supposed to be, you know, weaker than men. But as women, we rise above all that, and that's girl power. Like, that's what it is. In essence, that's who we should be. We should be trying to break out of these boxes that we put each other in, or that, you know, other people put us in. And it's just a great and wonderful thing. That's just my overall, you know, feeling about girl culture, and, you know, in school, and how I felt about that. So for my interviews, I'm going to start off with each of my interviewees keeping in mind the stereotypes that surround femininity and masculinity. So keeping in mind that stereotypes for femininity include expectations that women should be domestic, pretty and prissy, emotional, physically weak and passive, in contrast to men, who should be thought of as more competitive and strong, and less and more aggressive and less emotional than women. My first question will be, do you believe that gender is binary? And I'll ask, do you consider yourself to be feminine, or do you possess masculine traits? I have some probing questions too, like under that one. It says, has it always been that way, or has it developed over time? In school, did you ever feel like you were supposed to act a certain way because of your gender? Academically, socially, emotionally, anything like that. And extracurriculars, were you a tomboy? Did you like makeup? You know, things like that. If you weren't interested in things outside of what was expected for female gender role, like I said, I loved to play football when I was younger. Did you feel judged? Whoever observed your behavior. The teachers or administration suggest what girl behavior looked like in school, and what did boy behavior look like in school. For example, clothing rules. My last two questions will go off this statement that I have. Keeping in mind that the stereotype of women is supposedly that we are passive and weaker, and we typically have to work harder than men in general to be successful in academia or in school, no matter what stage of schooling my interviewees have gone through. Did that affect you in school in any way, positively or negatively? And lastly, do you think that teaching or forcing gender specific behavior on kids in school is harmful, or is it beneficial? So those will be my questions for my interviews that I'll be exploring